So just a minute and I'll tell you when it comes through. Sound is good.
Okay. I don't know if anybody can hear me.
Yes, they can.
Yes, you can. All right, there you go. I will tell you that the power went out here on Long Island. It was programmed to go out at 8 o'clock, but instead it went out at 9. And so I was transferred to the battery phone, and I'm still going to get it done. And Greg is here, is Eddie Heckman, King Hap, Tommy Johnson. I need to know if anybody cannot hear me.
How are they going to tell you if they can't hear you, Leonard?
Oh, that's right. Can everybody hear me? You can't tell me if you can't hear me, okay? Sound is good, says King Hap. Okay, that's a big help.
Yes,
anybody else? Sound is good. Sound is good. Okay, anybody else? Hello, it's Andrea. Okay, that's good. I remember you. Anybody else?
Everybody hears you.
Sound is great. And the White said it would be good. Wow. Okay. It would be great photo if not for these guys blocking the view. The sound is good. Good morning, all. Love the photos. True. All right, whatever it is. Good morning to everybody. Leonard Donaldson is here. Tommy Johnson is here, and we're going to try our best to get this done. I'm talking into the phone. Everything else, all the electric is off here, right? All of it,
okay,
all right?
So you can't leave that page, okay, or you're not going to be able to get back. So just
stay
on the page.
Stay on
this for the chat room.
And that's for the page. Okay, I hear listen, I'm just getting, without Andrea, I'm standing outside and talking as loud as I can. All right, but the Yankees, now, I will tell you, well, before I tell you, let me ask this question. And it's interesting that it came up in a conversation this morning after I had planned on talking about it. Would you prefer your league to have moves, trades, pickups, or no moves? And you draft a team, and that's it. Which would you prefer? I've been talking to a bunch of people who prefer no trades. Now, it's possible that you can still have moves with the reserves that you draft, but that no trading. No, is there anybody Zelmo is here, anybody who would like to have a league with no trading, okay? What's this? Don't know you.
Talking amongst ourselves.
All right. Half didn't know you were related to Beantown, all right? Anyway, the point is, too easy to lose interest with a draft and hold. But so that's what I want to know. How many people would like to have a draft and hold as opposed to having all kinds of moves? Laura has joined us. Good morning. All right, I'm going to get through this as best I can. I appreciate everybody. King Hap was fantastic yesterday. Absolutely, we got a lot. Forget it. I mean, King Hap is just too good to have him as the extra. All right, so I will say to King Hap out loud, whatever you want to do, you let me know, and we'll figure out a way to do it. How's that? Nice going, King Hap. Saved the day again yesterday. Yesterday I was out, and I'll tell you what I was doing, getting my ear checked. I had surgery on my ear. It was no big deal, but, you have surgery. It has to be healed. So I had to go to the doctor yesterday and make sure it was healing. That takes care of that. I tell you everything. The Yankees. Now, I talked about the Yankees not making the playoffs. Actually, I talked about the Yankees finishing last place. So I will tell you, and my friend Eric questioned me, says, I hear you talking about all your predictions. do you talk about them when they're wrong? The answer is yes. My prediction that the Yankees would not make the playoffs, they clinched the playoff berth yesterday. They increased their lead in the American League East to 5 games, and I didn't give up. I didn't give up, and I'm telling you, I was wrong. And that's the mark of a real expert. An expert is somebody who knows when he's right, knows when he's wrong, and passes it along. Not everybody can be right 100% of the time. So that's how I take that, but I'm very proud that you guys understand that when I'm wrong, I tell you. And this was, it was a long shot, no question. But I just, sometimes you watch baseball since, 1952? And you get this feeling. And I got it. I admit, I did get that baseball feeling that both the Yankees and the Mets would not do well at the end of the season. Wrong on both. Okay. But the Yankees clinched the playoff berth. They increased their American League lead to 5 games. Seattle Mariners blew a chance to get into the American League wildcard race. Another bizarre base-running blunder. And I got to tell you, there's been quite a few of them. And the hottest team in baseball is the hottest team in baseball is, I can't see anything. What's going on? I can't see the chat room.
Okay, my tablet.
Yeah.
My tablet went off, so you just have to.
Yeah, it's going. Okay. Every once in a while, I lose it. So.
Is that better?
Yes, that's fine. Too much work. Happy to be Rotorius. You're doing work even when you're resting.
Let me change the settings so it doesn't.
Okay, change the settings. Detroit is the hottest team in baseball. They finished a sweep of Kansas City, Minnesota getting walked off. Detroit is a half game back of the American League wild card spot. Orioles, Royals, Twins, Tigers, they're all right there. All right? All right there. Okay, so Kansas City and Minnesota do have the tiebreakers. Yes, Ohtani, best game in Major League Baseball history.
Did you say hi to Zelmo, Boston
Yes,
Paul,
I did.
Stevie-O.
Good morning, Stevie-O. Good morning to Turd.
Leonard Donaldson.
Leonard Donaldson is
Tommy
here.
Johnson.
Yeah, Tommy Johnson. So I could do this Calrona Cyclonus, Greg.
Laura, of
course.
White Sox out.
Now.
And
Stevie-O. Now, I could do this entire podcast and tomorrow's podcast all on Shohei Ohtani, right? I mean, anybody knows I can do it all on King Hap, but I could do it on Shohei Ohtani as well. He was he probably had the best game, and he will have a better game. And I'll tell you why. He had the best game in the history of Major League Baseball, all right? The best game. And we'll get into Ohtani a lot more. But, and he could do the same, he could come close or do better in offense in a game next year. And he could add 5 innings of pitching. Okay, so, how about that? Rotorius, Austin Epstein. We remember Austin Epstein. There you go. What a night, okay? Pesky Danny. And it's Lenny is really Andrea, okay? Just to let you know. I keep looking at Lenny and I said, why did I say that, okay?
it's me, Leonard.
Stevie-O loves Lenny's bold predictions. Keep them coming. Okay, the text, all right, here you go. Okay, Rick Monday played in over 2,000 games, has a broadcast of over 5,000 games in his career, and he agreed Ohtani's performance was the single greatest game he's witnessed by a player considering everything, okay? Ohtani has played in 866 Major League Baseball games.
Meryl's here.
Who?
Meryl's
here. Good morning. And that's the most among players on an active roster to have never played in the postseason. So, Ohtani, how about that? Ohtani, welcome to October. And wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be great if Ohtani played on the same team as Mike Trout, and they also got Albert Pujols to return to baseball? Imagine a team of Ohtani, Trout, and Pujols. Wow, that's great. It would get me to the ballpark. So, yeah, 6 for 6, 3 home runs, 10 runs batted in, and he has been successful. We're talking about Ohtani on his last, 30 stolen base attempts? 30 stolen base attempts in a row. That's pretty damn good, okay? Maybe 31. I'm guessing at the 30. I'm pretty close. He had one of the great performances in Major League Baseball history. 3 home runs, 2 doubles, a single, 10 runs batted in, 4 runs scored, 2 stolen bases. First player in history to go 50-50. And now he's 51-51. He's the first player with at least 4 extra base hits, multiple RBIs, and multiple stolen bases in a game since the RBI became official in 1920, and Unholy Toledo was at that game. Okay, where is? But
Is he here?
I don't think Unholy here. Let's see. White Sox Al says it might be the best game ever by a hitter. Yeah, I think so. And Danny is not awake. Okay, he's now awake. Eddie Heckman texting Danny out in California to wake up.
There's a tidbit in the chat room, Leonard.
What is it? Angie has a tidbit for us.
Don't say it. You could say it.
I don't see it.
Let me come over there and read it.
Okay, I can't. Okay, here.
Since RBI became official in 1920, only one MLB player has had, over the course of his entire career, a game with 10 or more RBIs, a game with 6 or more hits, a game with 5+ extra base hits, a game with 3 or more homers, and a game with 2 stolen bases. That one player is Ohtani, and he did all of it yesterday.
And I said that already. Okay.
Too bad. I read it.
Okay.
Because it was from White Sox Al.
White Sox Al sent it. Good. Way to go. You guys keep me...
Let me plug this in.
Okay, hold it. I don't know what's going on. I'm doing my best. We didn't realize that the power...
It's okay.
The power in Long Island was shut off by PSEG. And I don't know.
Oh, look it. There's Adrian.
And there's a great picture of our dear friend Adrian with our dear friend Eddie Heckman. I don't know who
That's Pesky Danny.
And there's Pesky Danny. He's in there.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Terrific.
Okay.
Good picture.
Keep
okay.
it going, Leonard.
But looking great. DK Luce, you too. So now here's a question for you. First question for the chat room. Okay, let's see who it is. What team is the only team in Major League Baseball that has not finished the game with exactly 8 runs, winning or losing? What team is the only team in Major League Baseball who has not finished the game? How about that? I don't expect you to know it. There's a couple of questions I have that you pop.
There he is, Pesky Danny in the chat room.
There's Pesky Danny, just staggering.
Teresa and Eddie and Danny.
Staggering into the chat room, okay? Nice going, okay? So anyway, it was just tremendous. The team that has not finished the game with exactly 8 runs. Okay, so let's see if we can figure that one out. And I know we don't know the answer, but the question is, there's, look. And look who's there next to Eddie Heckman.
Teresa.
That's Teresa. Okay, now we're ready to go. And Danny's still in Baltimore for a couple of hours. And I hope you guys had a great time yesterday. And I'm telling you, next time, Andy and I will absolutely be there, okay? The chat room is loaded. And I didn't expect it today. The chat room is loaded. And so am I.
And we're in the dark.
And I'm sitting here in the dark. And I don't know what's going on. All right, but let's see if we can keep it going. Mike Trout and Albert Pujols. I said it before, but could you imagine if you could put them all on one team? Do you think they'd be any good? Or do you think their days of being great are over? I'm talking about Trout. Certainly Pujols has hung them up, but I think it would be it would bring people to the ballpark. That's for sure. The Mets have scored 10-plus runs in 3 straight games, and that's the first time in franchise history. Now, you know that I'm a big fan favorite of the Cardinals, and the Cardinals have a very interesting young team with fantastic names. The question is, what?
I'm just making sure everything's good.
Since the Cardinals did not make the playoffs, does anybody have any ideas what?
Okay, one sec. Let me hook it up.
Okay. Anybody have any ideas why? What the Cardinals are going to do now? Okay. What are the Cardinals going to do? They've got some great young players with some great names, and I really believe, will the Cardinals make wholesale changes in the offseason, or are they going to stick with what they have and hopefully ride it out? Nobody has the answer, okay? But I'm telling you, I just think they're going to stick with what they have. They have great names. They have players who've done well, but...
all right, you're connected. Just one sec.
All right. And then how do I get back to the notes? I know you just got
Just
over.
one sec, Leonard. I'm trying to do it.
So we're trying to figure out what the Cardinals are up to. Okay. Now, I want to thank everybody for coming.
Just one sec, Leonard. I'm trying my best.
One sec. I can't see my notes.
I know. Just give me a second.
Okay. I shouldn't have. Oops, excuse me. We're having some technical difficulties here. PSEG absolutely cut us off. They cut off everybody.
There you go.
Okay. So where do the Cardinals go? That's the big question. Okay, the Cardinals. Where do they go? Now, Darren Baker is a rookie for Washington. He had his first start, went 3 for 4 with a double at Wrigley Field. He's now batting .556 for the season. Remember, his name is Darren Baker. And what we try to do is we try to tell you who may be around for next year. Some great stuff. Look at this chat room. That's a premier is in the chat room. Look at this chat room. I didn't expect an awful lot of people in there today, but I've been wrong before. So we talked about Darren Baker. Etch his name in your kitchen table. As a reminder, Shohei Ohtani, by the way, is earning just $2 million this year. He's got $68 million deferred. Wow. Is that the greatest contract by a team in Major League Baseball history this season? And Aaron Judge is the third player in history to hit 53 home runs and steal 10 bases in a single season. Who were the other two? Aaron Judge, third player in history to hit 53 home runs and steal 10 bases in a single season. Who were the other two? Okay? One of them is not that difficult, okay? Does Detroit lose Tarek Skubal? That's a good one. I don't think they will. Where is Mitch Harson? I don't think nobody knows. But the question is, 2 players have hit 53 homers and stolen 10 bases. Okay? Who are they? I'm going to leave that open. Does Detroit lose Tarek Skubal? The answer to that is, I say no. Detroit's building, and when you build, you don't. It's it's very sexy to trade a player. You get a lot for him, but you don't trade away one of the best pitchers in baseball if you're trying to build a team, right? You build a team knowing you have one of the best pitchers in baseball. Now, that's my opinion. I have no information about that. Otherwise, I would say, but there's a chance. And King Hap is in the house. That's Danny boy. Okay. Now, Juan Soto, by the way, the two players with 53 homers and 10 stolen bases. Come on. Somebody say Babe Ruth. Or somebody say it, okay? So, I'll tell you something. Babe Ruth is one. So who's the other one? Babe Ruth is one player who has hit 53 home runs and stolen 10 bases. I'm surprised nobody gave that a shot. But who's the other guy? And the other guy is tough to... It's not Sosa. Thank you, Stevie O. But that's a great guess. Now, Juan Soto slid directly into concrete. He's going to have X-rays. It's not, and later on we find out that it was not a debilitating injury. So hang in there with Soto. Now Cleveland Guardians clinched a playoff berth. Minnesota late season collapse continued. The Tigers are now tied with the Twins for third and final AL wildcard berth. Okay, and with the first loss of the season to the Braves, Cincinnati officially denied a National League wildcard spot in the playoffs. Okay, anybody have any questions? Does the phone work?
No.
Well, our phone is not working, so if I give you the number today, 10 people will call. Okay. The Giants tied it up in the ninth with Orioles bullpen blowing another game. Eddie Heckman, Cedric Mullins went down. He got checked by the trainers. He remained in the game. Anthony Santander with a walk-off homers. And Baltimore gets, 42nd home run for Santander. So, you kidding me? Barry Bonds, that's a good guess. Sound keeps going out. Does that happen to everybody? Does everybody have good sound? Because we're not doing the podcast the same way we always do. So I'm just checking to see. I want to know how we're doing. So far, only Boston Paul says the sound keeps going out.
Looks like it's working fine.
Looks like it's working. It might just be Boston Paul. Okay? 51 stolen bases for Shohei.
It's working. Okay. It's as good as it's going to get.
He's been successful on his last 30. I'm telling you, there have been almost 21,000 players in Major League Baseball, and only one of them has ever done what Ohtani has done. And at the peak of his offensive powers. Unbelievable. Shohei Ohtani. Unbelievable. Now, here's another bonus question. Let me give you the answer to the other one. The first one, of course, 53 homers and 10 stolen bases, was by Babe Ruth, okay? And the second one, and I'll give you a clue.
Some people were guessing. You got Barry Bonds, Willie Mays.
Nope.
That's all we got for guesses. Babe Ruth, Eddie Heckman.
Eddie Heckman gets Babe Ruth.
Bonds, Barry Bonds.
Bonds, it was Ken Griffey Jr., who hit 53 home runs and stole 10 bases in a single season. That's pretty good. So let me ask you another one, okay? Unbelievable. One more, as we're trying to get through this podcast, okay? Who is the youngest player with at least 25 home runs this season? Name the youngest player.
Jackson Merrill.
Name the youngest player to hit 25 home runs at least this season. Come on. Who's going to get it? Okay. Good morning to Danny Fuller. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys have done something in this chat room. Totally out. Chris Gallo, I don't even know what to say. It's just incredible. We're having trouble with electric. We're having trouble with not rocker. Youngest player with at least 25 home runs this season. And it's not rocker, okay? How was the Orioles game? Tommy Johnson asking. We had a lot of people go to the Orioles game yesterday. Not Duran. Good guesses, okay? 25 home runs at least this season. And, of course, former All-Star closer Craig Kimbrell was DFA'd by the Orioles. But here's the thing. I don't know if we realize how bad he's been. Since July 14th, he's given up 23 earned runs. 23. He had no saves. So Craig Kimbrell, who's been one of the premier closers in baseball, behind Kenley Jansen, Lee Smith, Trevor Hoffman, and Mariano Rivera. Wow. And as we mentioned, and I forgot to add this clue, we talked about the player who has hit a home run in every ballpark. Everyone. Who's that? Either Soto or Sosa. I forget. He hit a home run. I think, you know what? I totally went blank. Who hit the home run in every ballpark? Was it Soto or Sosa? But whoever it was, they did it before they turned 26. So let me just tell you, it was Soto. Okay, hit a home run in every ballpark before he was 26. Now that's amazing. Okay, King Hap needs a big win. He has Keller going today. Yeah, it was Soto. And there you go. Boston Paul doing a great job. Matt Olson, 6 home runs in 9 career games in Pittsburgh, Great American Ballpark. So next time Matt Olson plays in Pittsburgh, you gotta have him in. Kyle Manzardo, 4 home runs in 16 games. He was the Guardians' designated hitter in both their last 2 matchups against righties. He'll head to the bench as right-hander Bailey Ober is pitching, and I got to tell you, this kid's going to be a full-time player. Johnny Walker, also full-time player. He's had 51 appearances in September, hitting .271. He started off great, slump, but is coming back. Same thing with Corbin Carroll. Since July 7th, he's batting .271, 19 homers and 14 stolen bases. So do not fall into that trap of thinking that the slump that Corbin Carroll had is Corbin Carroll. Okay? He'll hit you about .275. He'll hit you about 25 homers, and he'll steal about 20 bases. Not bad. 24-year-old rookie, and we love him. Billy Cook swats his first big league homer. He was acquired by the Pirates in the trade deadline deal. He's a 2001 10th round pick, and he's a home run hitter. Home run hitter. Hit a 3-run homer Wednesday against the Cardinals, and keep an eye on this kid. His name is Billy Cook. Wyatt Langford has a shot. I'll tell you what, in September, 345, 4 homers, 3 stolen bases. Since August 21st, in just about 100 plate appearances, he's hitting .314. So Langford, of course, who had a great start, then tapered off, is coming back again, okay? Carroll has around 13 triples. Thank you. Leonard Donaldson traded Kimbrell from Musgrove back in June. Musgrove went on the injured list, and he still came out ahead, okay? So there you go. Nobody knows. Once again, would you rather have a league with trades? Or would you rather have a league with no trades? A no-trade league. That's what it's called, no-trade league, okay? Greg, Chris Gallo, Danny Fuller, DK Lush, Eddie Heckman. Are you kidding me? We have a tremendous King App, Leonard Donaldson, Laura, Eddie Heckman, DK Lush. I'll say it again. Merrill, Mitchell, where are you? Rotorius, Tommy Johnson, White Sox Al, Zelmo, Boston Paul, Stevie O. Ladies and gentlemen, I love you. Okay? Love you. Absolutely love you all. And tomorrow, don't forget, Saturday baseball with the Roto Lady. Saturday baseball with the Roto Lady, and Sunday the Lady and the Legend. And then we'll talk about, that may be our final. I don't know. Do we keep doing it? It's up to you if we keep doing it. We got nothing else to do, right, Andy?
Right, Litter?
Yeah, so we'll be doing it. Most saves in a season by an Oakland A's rookie Mason Miller. Mason Miller, 26 saves. Okay? Andrew Bailey at 23. Houston Street, remember him? He was a Rookie of the Year.
Boston Paul has to leave, Leonard.
Oh, Boston Paul, thank you so much for making your presence felt. We love you, man. Call me anytime, and we'll speak to you later, okay? Boom.
Boom, Leonard.
There you go. Lawrence Butler, since July 1st, 260 plate appearances, 320, 20 home runs, 11 steals. Remember, next year, Lawrence Butler is the man, okay? Lawrence Butler. And the Orioles may be swept by the Giants in the final game. They may lose all three to the Tigers. They will likely lose all three to the Yankees. Then they got 3 games left against the Twins. They have a path to miss the playoffs. That's how bad they're doing. I don't want to end the podcast on that, but my fellow Americans, that's what we got to do. All right? Does anybody have any questions you could ask them? How about this? Ask the question in the chat room, okay? I'm sitting here raring to go. If you have a question about a player or about a move or something, let me know, okay? Put it in there. You got Merrill Rotorius, Tommy Johnson, White Sox Al Zilmo. You got Stevie O. We got Chris Gallo. We got Greg from Calrona Cyclonus. Danny Fuller, DK Lush, Eddie Heckman, King Hap, Laura.
Me, Roto Lady.
Roto Lady. And we got Leonard Donaldson. And King Hap is always around. I love you.
Eddie and Teresa.
Eddie and Teresa, I'll tell you something. My phone number at home, it's not, I have no power, so don't try to call me at home. But my cell phone, for those of you who have an emergency, is 516, what is it?
353-6375.
You put it in the chat room.
Okay.
353, because my 631 number is that we have no power. We got no electric, we got no Zippo. But we got people in the chat room, and that's all that counts. Thanks, everybody. Saturday baseball tomorrow with Andy as the season starts to come to a close. But not Andrea and not the legend will be around. Thanks, everybody.
All right, so we just do this.